Hello, my name is Patrick Kiernan, and this is my persuasion speech. There is little doubt that the planet is warming. Over the last century, the planet's temperature has risen around 1 degree Fahrenheit. The warmest since the mid-1800s was the 1990s. The hottest years recorded were 1997, 1998, 2001, 2002, and 2003. The United Nations panel on the climate change projects that the global temperatures will rise 3 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit by the century's end. Enough to have the polar caps all but melted. If the ice caps melt, a vast majority of our country's borders will be underwater. Monuments and great buildings, as well as homes and lives, will be underwater, including New York City, the highest populated city in the United States. So now we know what some of the causes are for global warming. How can we as individuals do our part to save this planet? The answer is simpler than what you would think. You don't have to go miles away from home to protest or spend masses of money. If you try to follow the few simple steps that shall now give you, you will have started to help us all. Firstly, plant a tree. We just planted a tree in our backyard. This could be easier than it sounds. Join or help out a local wildlife group and ask to plant a tree. Trees, when fully grown, will help keep the planet cooler. On the same point, you could protest against the demolition of rainforests. This is the same principle. We need the trees to cool our planet, and yet they are chopping them down to create more roads and to create paper that we continuously use. Something as simple as walking instead of taking the car will help reduce pollution. The exhaust of the car is polluting our air every time you get into it. As well as stopping pollution, you are giving yourself exercise, something important for our bodies. So the next time you get into your car or on your motorcycle, think, do I have to make this journey by a vehicle, or is it close enough where I can walk? When you're at home and you're getting a little cold, put a jumper on and do not adjust the heating. Don't worry about heating your house. It's less money for you, and the extra heat produced by our homes also affects the planet. So try wearing an extra layer in the winter. If possible, buy your fruit and vegetables from the local suppliers and try to avoid imported goods. The more foreign food that we import, the more pollution from airplanes and boats it will create. Keeping to the speed limit can also help our environment. The more you speed, the more petrol you are going to use, making the pollution higher. Also, SUVs make about 6 times their own weight in carbon dioxide each year. A small, efficient diesel car covering the same distance not only uses much less fuel, but it makes 2/3 less of pollution. If possible, use solar energy. After all, it is free, and all you need to do is buy the equipment. You get much of your hot water and heating from the sun, and even generate electricity. Reduce and reuse and recycle. Recycle is the most important thing. Only buy what you need. Don't stock the cupboards with things you may or may not use. It's cheaper on money for you at the time, and you don't have to worry about space in your cupboards. Reuse whatever you can, like containers and paper, and recycle what you cannot reuse. It really is as simple as that. Recycle plastic, recycle cans. You get money for cans if you take them to the garbage. If everybody stuck to these rules, we would be doing a great thing by protecting the earth. So please take into consideration of what I have said in this speech and try to do your part. After all, it will be our next generation that will feel the effects. Thank you.